Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wind Down Friday. Today, our special guest is Calista Redmond, CEO of RISC-V International. Hi, Calista. Welcome aboard. How are you?
Hi, thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to chat with you and your listeners today.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for being here. So, I have prepared a couple of questions to share with you. So you have a great experience in terms of RISC-V and related technology. You had a significant journey at IBM before joining RISC-V International. So can you share some key highlights and lessons that you from your time at IBM that have influenced your approach at the RISC-V current rule?
So, I think the most important thing that I've taken away from all of my experiences is that success does not happen in isolation. You need partners, you need a team, you need a market, you need all of the wonderful things that also are depending on you for their success. So at the end of the day, it's about collaboration.
Yeah.
Whether I was, pursuing acquisitions and sometimes divestitures at IBM, it was about that partnership. It was about building that relationship of trust between IBM and another party, which, oftentimes the parties are not, necessarily of the same size or scope or
Mhm.
scale. And that's what makes a partnership beneficial. Each party brings to it something the other needs. So I learned a lot about that collaboration. And second, about discipline. Without measurable results, without, pursuing a very clear agenda together, it's easy to get distracted. It's easy to sort of wander off onto a side path that doesn't help either party accomplish their objectives. So I do think it's both important to have deep levels of collaboration and trust, as well as some of those shared defined goals so that you can absolutely track your progress.
So as a CEO, you have a unique vision for the organization. So I mean, RISC-V International. What are the goals that you have to achieve? How do you plan to expand and engage the RISC-V community?
So, RISC-V is a global standard for instruction set architectures. So think of it as the base blueprint for, the design and development of a microprocessor. And that could be for the smallest embedded device, maybe it's in your toothbrush, all the way up to high performance computing or scale out cloud implementations. It's really kind of that language that can speak to any of it.
Mhm.
When you grow a global standard, such as RISC-V, it's about making the folks who implement it wildly successful. So whether those are research interests or commercial interests or a startup or any of the stakeholders involved, our goal is to make all of them wildly successful. So to do that, we have technical deliverables. So we have, 80 different work groups that are composing different extensions and specifications that together can glob on or make for a modular design. We have marketing. Imagine you're a startup and you have no visibility around the world to partners, customers, supply chain. You need that additional strength, that additional amplification of your messages to be successful. And along with that come our press and analyst relations, as well as, engagement directly with many of the stakeholders who don't have products, universities, governments, and others who are also trying to foster the success of these stakeholders. So our mission really is to kind of help push RISC-V forward as an industry standard and to make all of our members wildly successful.
So let's talk about industry adoption of RISC-V. So this is growing across several various industries. So what are some of the most exciting applications of RISC-V that you have seen? How do you see its role evolving in the technology ecosystem?
Yeah. So, the great thing about RISC-V is we are moving forward across all parts of the compute spectrum. I mentioned the smallest ones in toothbrushes to the largest one in super computers. All of these are sort of moving forward in parallel.
Mhm.
You see a lot of stuff at the low end embedded really starting to overtake the market. And at the higher end, you see a lot of adoption starting to happen, but building a microprocessor takes time. It can take a few years to actually get to market or to tape out. Some of the predictions right now are that by 2030, you're going to see RISC-V capture at least a quarter of the market in wearables, in computing notebooks, in servers, in 5G infrastructure, communications, AI acceleration, and other aspects, including automotive. We see a lot of traction in automotive. And this is because it is a blueprint you can apply to multiple different factors at the same time, and it gives you freedom of design. So that freedom of design translates to an opportunity to compete. Whether you're a multinational and you want to add AI capability onto an existing workload, or you're a startup and you don't have that legacy investment, and you can start from RISC-V out the door.
So, as the philosophy of Wind Down Friday, let's talk about outside of your work. So, leading a major organization like RISC-V International, so this can be demanding. So, how do you balance your professional responsibilities with your personal hobbies, interests? So, maybe please share to our community some of your favorite hobbies, activities outside of work. How do these interests also inspire or influence your professional lives and leadership style?
Well, thank you for that question. I have two daughters. They're both teenagers, and when I'm not trying to get them to focus their career hopes and dreams on technology, we go camping. We go camping, we go
Right.
surfing, we go skiing and snowboarding. So we're extremely outdoors. And that is a great balance to pull us away from our screens, pull us away from sort of that, pressure to be successful in life. But I am hopeful that they will take a dive into technology at some point in their careers in college, that is just around the corner. But we do spend a great amount of time outdoors. And I will say that I am not a great surfer or snowboarder, but I am giving it my best.
Great, thank you. So, Calista, just in conclusion, the last one, looking forward, looking in the future, like future of open standards. So the tech industry is evolving, is rapidly evolving with increasing emphasis on open standard. How do you envision the future of open standard? What role for RISC-V play in shaping this future? But also, are there any exciting RISC-V updates coming up in the next future?
So the future is extremely bright, and it is been just sort of a phenomenal kind of watch of history repeating itself with RISC-V over the last 5.5 years that I've been here. And one of the cool things is that once upon a time, the analogy is Ethernet. Data centers had complete networking through proprietary interconnects. Along came Ethernet as a global standard. Now it's difficult to find a proprietary model being used anywhere. So just like Ethernet transformed the way we network our data centers, RISC-V is transforming the way we design microprocessors. So it may not be immediate because of all those legacy investments, but over time, you're going to see RISC-V become the base building block of all microprocessors. And we see that happening already on the embedded end, and that's going to continue to move across all spectrum of compute. So RISC-V is absolutely here to stay. It is that design freedom and flexibility that is enabling and ushering in ways that we never thought of in doing compute before. So it is an exceptional time for us. And RISC-V will be the Ethernet for microprocessors.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Calista. It's been a pleasure to talk with you. See you next in some conferences and have a great weekend. Thank you.
Thank you. And maybe we'll even see you at RISC-V Summit in North America coming up in October.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.